And thank you for Hello everybody, and thank you for joining our CGTN live stream today. We have a very special series, Field of Hope, coming to you live from Jiangxi Province. We'll have so many amazing creative projects to show you about Jiangxi Province and the rural development and revitalization here this week, so stay tuned. Today I'm very excited because I am in Jingdezhen city of Jiangxi Province at a very special cool place called the Ceramic Art Avenue of Taoxichuan. This is a really interesting and vibrant art scene here in the middle of Jingdezhen, and as I'm going to show you today, there is a weekend market that happens here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday every week. It's a chance for young creators to showcase all of their skills, including their porcelain skills. Jingdezhen, as many of you might know, is the porcelain capital of China. It's very famous and has a long history of more than 4,000 years of ceramic making and refining and developing this process. We're going to see some old styles of ceramic and porcelain today, but also some modernized and very new pieces that these young up-and-coming local artists have come to make and showcase today. Many of the artists that we're going to see here today actually live in the rural parts of Jingdezhen and the rural county areas, and they come into the local city here to showcase and sell their products on the weekends. It's also a really lively environment. You're gonna see lots of people come here to shop, to eat, to drink. There's lots of coffee shops, tea shops, all kinds of things. You can really feel the hustle and bustle of this city life here in the middle of the art market. We're really excited that you're joining us today. As I mentioned, this is part of our Field of Hope series with CGTN. So we're gonna be exploring and discovering more of the cultural environment and ambiance happening here in Jingdezhen area. So thank you guys for joining us. Very soon I'm going to be introducing you to one of my friends. His name is Jason, and he's an American who's been living in Beijing. Before we say hello to him, just take a look at the market around me. As you can see behind me, everything is stretching all around with booths. Many people here who are selling their crafts today. Hello, hi. We have a creator here selling some of his own works. Like I mentioned, there are many different styles of ceramics and porcelain that are made that have become very modernized, and people are creative, creating their own style with it. Wow. Very cool. This road is going to be stretching quite a ways down. I'm going to take you guys along with me for this journey, and joining me as well is going to be Jason. Hello. Hi, Jason.
A coffee?
Ooh, thank you. Look at this coffee mug as well.
Yeah. It's stylized. Everything in this city seems to be stylized after porcelain.
Yes, everything can be porcelainized here.
I've seen tabletop out of porcelain, lampposts that are made out of porcelain. So many different things can be made out of porcelain, and I've learned that since being here.
Yes, so we've actually been in Jiangxi Province for a few days now to see some of the surrounding villages. We've been to the village, we've also been to tea gardens, so we've had a chance to really see why this is porcelain capital of China.
Absolutely. And things that are not porcelain are oftentimes who look like the side of buildings and just art in general. And there's a lot of art made out of porcelain that is multicolored.
Wow. So how do you feel about this market that we're at right now?
Well, a large part of why I'm here with you right now is that I need to get my wife some kind of tea set. So for those of you watching, if you see something that you would buy your partner, please let us know. And that way I will know maybe what I should get my wife.
That's right. So we're actually on a mission today, viewers who are watching. Please let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, and also what do you think we should get Jason's wife today? We're going to see so many different varieties of porcelain here. Maybe something's going to pop out that you can buy for yourself to take home.
Absolutely. One of the things that we did while we were here, in addition to exploring porcelain is traditionally known to hold tea. And we went to a tea village. I thought we were going to be able to pick tea, but apparently the tea picking season has passed. So what did you do instead?
That's right. Like you mentioned, the biggest harvest time for the green tea leaves here is right before Qingming Festival, which just passed here in China. So a lot of the large tea leaves were already picked and harvested for the special time. So we still got to see the environment of the tea. We got to see where it's grown. It was still quite beautiful. And some of these other tea leaves can still be picked, but they're just the smaller ones. So the prime harvesting time has just passed in Jiangxi.
Well, what I found was really exciting is that we got there. We had the opportunity, because there were farmers there actually working on the farm that we went to. They were setting the tea out to dry in the sun on a huge platform, and they let us participate right away. We just jumped off the bus and we immediately started participating with the farmers, who started giving us directions, and I thought that was really fun and inclusive of them. They didn't even question who we were. They're just like, no, you need to do it this way. Do it more like this. This is the style.
That's right. They were ready to like perfect our technique and teach us the tradition of how they do the tea processing here. It was cool. We kind of got to see the whole process all the way through, how they pick the leaves, how they dry them, how they begin to heat them to bring out the aromatics. And it's really fascinating. I loved seeing how they have turned this into kind of a homestay experience. Many people will come from the city areas to have a rural getaway, to enjoy the kind of rural lifestyle, enjoy some tea, enjoy some coffee, and kind of get away and enjoy this kind of like rural revitalization of these areas. Wow.
And a huge part of the revitalization is actually the participation of people who live in the countryside here at this market today. So people who are setting up all of these booths that are open, as you mentioned earlier, from Friday through Sunday, are actually from the surrounding rural areas, and they get a chance to come in here and sell their porcelain at this art market for a highly marked up price. So I'm going to definitely be contributing to rural revitalization.
That's right.
By the purchase of some kind of tea set for my wife. So there's so many things to choose from, guys. If you're watching, please help me choose. That way I can blame you for what I get my wife.
That's right. We need to help him pick out something for his wife, like we mentioned, and we need to support some local artists. Let's see if we can find something really that catches our eye right now. There are so many booths here. I'm a little bit like gobsmacked by all the different styles we're seeing. Like, take a look at this one. Already this looks really different than some of the other styles that we've seen. As you can see on our coffee cup, this blue and white porcelain is the more traditional style of Jingdezhen porcelain in the ancient times. But what you're looking at now is a more modernized, creative rendition of this that a local artist has done in their own style, in their own way. Have you ever tried making pottery or porcelain before?
We're actually coming back here tomorrow, and that's one of the really cool things about here. Not only are there these booths and the surrounding shops, which are permanent features of this huge art district, but there are also museums, art galleries, and learning centers where you can make your own porcelain. And I'm really excited about that because tomorrow I am going to make something out of porcelain myself. And I can't pass that one off to my wife, though.
You're like, a handmade craft for you. That could be exciting.
Look at this coffee cup that's got weird indentations on the side.
Yeah, it's really
That's not my
fun.
fingerprints.
It's nice that you can try, though, and give her something from you. I love that there's also like paintings here. This is a very,
Yeah,
is this also?
admiring this one earlier.
That one's really beautiful.
I like the red.
I also want to shout out to our watchers. We have so many viewers watching right now. Let's say hello. Chess says, good morning, everyone, from England. So we've got people around the world watching in different time zones. It's evening on a Friday night here in China if you're watching us. Lamb says, how could I buy a teapot from this market? That's a good question.
I wouldn't know how to do that without coming here, so I think we would recommend that you come to Jiangxi province. This is the best time to come visit China. Come to Jiangxi province, come to Jingdezhen, see it for yourself, experience it for yourself. Maybe you too can make something with your own hands here and learn from the masters.
That's right. Ooh, we can see that there's also lots of people here who are also live streaming. It's really active that people, oh, there she goes walking away. But we've seen so many people who are here live streaming, showcasing their skills, their works. It's also a way for other people to reach out, show people what's happening here in Jingdezhen. It's very bustling, like we mentioned, with young people. It's young people all around, really.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of universities around here as well. So I think we have a mixture of people from the rural areas coming here to sell their pottery, to sell their artwork. But we also have college students and also adults as well. And obviously a lot of these people are masters of this craft. This is an intangible cultural heritage, the technology of porcelain, although the actual outcome is something very tangible.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I like your play on words there. I like you were talking about making porcelain before. I've tried making it once, and I can see it was not very good. So I can see why it's such a special craft that has been passed on for years and takes a long time to learn. I've learned that one process of porcelain making, actually, there's 72 different steps involved with it. So it actually takes a lot of time and skill and craft work and patience, I think. Like lots of patience to learn how to make even a single piece of porcelain. Not to mention the shaping. I'm fascinated by that.
Well, I'm really wondering when you say that there are 72 steps, is part of that the actual unearthing of the clay from the earth itself? Because the other day we went to a mine, and a lot of the earth there is a very special color because a lot of the highest quality clay comes from this area. And so maybe is one of the steps taking the clay out of the earth, or are we just talking about once you have the clay? Because 72 steps, that sounds like incredibly involved.
Yeah,
wow.
It does actually. That's a good question. The 72 steps might include getting it from the earth as well. Like you mentioned, the area around Jingdezhen is very rich for getting this clay, and that's why it became kind of the home of the porcelain in China. I love that. You can see like all kinds of shapes are made. There's animals,
Very wide
cow.
cups here.
Ooh, do you think your wife would like one of these?
Possibly.
Okay. I love how this one, it's just like very artistic. Hello! 你会英文吗？不会，这个很好看。你经常来吗？Oh, okay.
He studies here.
Wow. He is a university student, like you said. There are many university students here. And we've talked to many of the people here at the market. Many of them come every weekend to showcase their skills, try to sell things. It's really just a fun kind of place to see what's going on in the art scene.
Speaking of art, so a lot of people in Beijing know Qizhouba, which is an art district, which I think is absolutely resplendent and beautiful. This one is an art district maybe even larger, 89,000 square meters here, 22 buildings that have been saved from when this was actually a series of kilns and one of the #1 hotspots for the production of porcelain for all of China and much of the world. And it's been transformed into this very high quality, first level art district that's on par with some of the most amazing art districts in the rest of the world.
Wow. I was wondering about that as well because this does remind me of Qizhouba, the 798 Art District. And it's cool that this used to be such a large historical part of porcelain making, and they found a way to like convert it and bring it to life now with some modern things. As you can see behind us, the buildings have been modernized in a way, but they're still retaining that old like kind of factory rustic feeling. There's lots of shops around.
One of the things that's happened is some of the kilns are still working. Obviously, that's where a lot of this artwork comes from. But the former kilns that used coal are still here, even though there's been a transformation to gasified coal, which burns far cleaner and is far more environmental, reducing fossil fuel emissions.
That's right. Yeah, it is becoming a lot cleaner. Clean energy is a big focus and such a good priority focused on here. Whoa, look at these.
Wow, goodness.
What is this?
It's like a mouth.
It's like monsters. Ooh, do you think your wife would like one of these?
I'm not thinking this is much her style, but I'm sure that this is very beautiful. I'm not really thinking that this is for consuming tea from, which is I really think what she's going to do. 好漂亮，好有意思的。
对，很有意思。Wow.
So we haven't even started really going down this road. There are so many shops. There must be hundreds and hundreds of shops because this is just one lane, Ceramic Art Avenue. But there are actually several other lanes of these booths as well. And even though we're here in the middle, on the outside of both areas, there are shops as well. So there's a lot of opportunities for people who come here to not only enjoy the art, but maybe take something home.
Yeah, that's right. And welcome again if you're just tuning into our live stream now on CGTN for our Fields of Hope series in Jiangxi. There's many of you guys watching, and we're going to say hello some more. We have a comment from R. Colnay, and he says, during the Han Dynasty, we have a painting like that. So I guess it was the painting we showed earlier. He said, Rachel, can I assist you? We would love more assistance. Come to Jiangxi, and you can help us explore and buy more art here. Let's see what else everybody is saying. Wow. We have some very nice comments from Beverly. Thank you for watching. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Rainey. Thank you guys for joining us and watching our live stream today with CGTN. And as I mentioned, I'm Rachel, your host, and I'm here with Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason with the Bridge Podcast. I'm here with Rachel. Thank you for inviting me. We are looking at art that people from rural areas have made, but university students as well, and we're looking maybe to buy something also. Tomorrow I'm very excited to possibly make something. Wow, this is your more classic design.
It's like a very traditional style.
Yeah.
Hello.
Although
Hello.
the colors are a little more unique.
It is, yeah. It's not
Yeah.
the usual super bright blue that you might see like this. It's more of like a subdued, like blues, kind of a red brown. It's very nice and classy. I like it. Very traditional feeling. 你会英文吗? Sorry, it's okay, no problem. 你经常来这吗？
对，每周都会。
每周都会. Yeah, he also comes every weekend here to this market to showcase his crafts. 你什么时候开始做这个？
有5年了。
5年了。
对，5年。
Oh, he's been making these for 5 years. Wow, 你很专业。I said he's very professional. Like, that is very cool that he is doing this. It looks like professional though. I feel like I would just buy this in a store.
Absolutely.
Randomly. Like, wow, very beautiful. No, 很真棒. Let's see what else we can find at this market.
You know, in addition to the pottery that's being sold and the ceramics that are being sold here, the china that people are making in China, the only product named for the country, there are also cafes, bars, restaurants, lots of little shops, gift stores. So you can buy porcelain, you can consume things from porcelain, but you can also just go have a drink with your friends. So this is not just a place for coming and buying things. It's a place to come hang out with your friends.
Yeah, I think even as this market has since started and since we've been here for a while, more and more people have been flocking here. It's like the weekend hangout spot. People are coming here as the sun's gone down as well. It's gotten a lot cooler and people are just here to enjoy time with their friends, look at some art, have a drink. Ooh, this is a very bright pastel kind of set of porcelain. Wow. Would you like to buy some of these?
Again, I'm still not sold on any one particular thing. I think I need to see everything before I commit, unless one of the people watching wants to help me make a decision.
Jason's a smart shopper. He wants to check out everything first before he makes a decision. Yeah. Also, if you guys are watching on China Plus is here too, so thank you guys for watching. Hello, Florent. Hello, Muhammad. Thank you guys for watching us today. Hi, Amos. He's watching from Nigeria. So shout out to Nigeria. Thank you for watching our live stream today here in Jingdezhen in Jiangxi province. Oh, these are so cute.
Porcelain magnets.
Hello. Hi, 你好,你好. Wow, 这个好可爱. It's so cute. You can see all kinds of different like shapes, cartoon heads. And there's also a lady next to me who's live streaming as well, showing some of the funny magnets that she's found. It's got some SpongeBob, got some characters. So we've got and emojis. Yes, it feels very cartoon, very fun and expressive. Let's carry on and see what else we can find. So what have been your impressions about seeing some of these rural areas here in Jiangxi, as well as this market? Have you been to Jiangxi before?
I have not been to Jiangxi. I'm very happy to be here. The first village that we went to visit was called Yaoli Village, and it was actually really resplendent. And they have a lot of, it's really part of rural revitalization, tourism. So in addition to getting people from the rural areas here to sell their products, getting people from all over the country to travel to Yaoli Village and other villages like it, helps grow their economy. We saw people out there living a beautiful rural life, but we also saw a lot of new construction, a lot of new additions, a lot of new features and modernization going on there, and you can tell that the quality of life for people in the rural area around Jingdezhen is increasing dramatically. I also like that this whole area is basically a giant oxygen bar because we drove for an hour and a half to get to that village, and it looked like a golf course. The whole ground is covered in grass, but then it's also like a forest like the Sierra Nevadas, which is covered in trees as well. So I'm sure that there's a ton of oxygen, in this area. Every day I wake up, I'm like,
breathe in the fresh green air. I like how you call it an oxygen bar. It definitely feels like that. It's one of the best benefits of coming to these rural areas. It's just very fresh. It's so green here. Like, the weather has been really nice. There's just been so many enjoyable moments, I think, just because of coming to this rural area. Oh, I like these too. I don't think we've seen any two things that are alike here.
Yeah, everyone has their own unique style. Even the people who are modeling their work after various cartoons and cute things, they've chosen different things to model those after. And a lot of the work is really unique. Even the cup shapes, I hadn't really even thought of like how much variety there could be until I came here. Because I guess they spend a lot more time thinking about this process and about the outcome and making their work more unique to their personality and their artists to find their own niche, to establish their own art in their own way that stands out for them.
Yeah, I think many people come here, like, it's idea exchange as well. They're like, ooh, what are you doing? What's that new style? What's that new shape? What's going on? So you can kind of exchange this idea. Because there's also many studios here. We're going to be meeting an artist who actually has a studio here a little bit later. So you actually can see that there's many people who actively are working on new crafts here, not just selling them. It is very similar to the Chijiuba in that way that it's very active with the art environment for galleries, for shows, for people who are actively creating their art in the studios here.
Wow, look at that. There's these two ladies right here that are made out of porcelain, and they have tentacles right here.
Oh, these
That is really creative. Wow. I like that a lot, actually. I'm thinking I'm going to take a picture of that and send it to my wife and say, hey, how's this one? Because I think I may have found something she might like as well. She loves this kind of really unique, almost postmodern kind of thing. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
Wow.
Should Jason get this for his wife?
And they're wearing like little cheap house.
Yeah. It's like the mixture
yeah,
of two
it's
different things.
What's that? Like an octopus. It's really cool. Very, very unique art. There's a lot of really cool things here. A lot of animals, a lot of... I'm not even sure what this is. What is this? It's like a square. Is that a puffer fish? It's like a puffer fish that's been painted with different style. Very cool.
And then this is like a little dragon.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have the octopus that's on the plate on these two different ones, plus the puffer fish.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's very, very
like
cool.
Something you could actually, use and eat out of or something. Well, these little octopus.
I think you'd have to eat sushi or something from the ocean in this because you'd have to make it match your theme.
Yes.
But I mean, if you have guests over and you use this, people are going to remember that.
People are going to talk. So if you're looking to have a really amazing dinner party, this is a great place to get your pottery, any of your dishes, anything, cups. You can get it all matching, a whole matching set, anything you want. Ooh, we've got some more traditional looking stuff over here.
But is this porcelain? Is this the same material?
That's a good question. It looks different.
Or something.
Yeah.
It looks like it's made out of metal. Can you pick one up? How heavy is it?
Let's see. I'll pick up this little crab.
Do you think that's metal or is that porcelain?
It does feel a bit like metal, actually.
Well, not everything is porcelain, but we have these cups over here. They look kind of like porcelain, but also like metal. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a metal display.
But these ones, they remind me of the Summer Palace.
Oh, yeah?
Because they have like all of the different figurines from the different signs, the zodiac signs, but they're sitting like little Buddhas, rested. I really like that.
They are very cute. It's like interesting. It's a good point, though. Like a lot of pottery designs and this porcelainware is inspired by folk tales and stories that have been passed down because the porcelain has been an artist craft for more than 4,000 years in China, and I think people have used it as a way to tell stories, to display stories, to showcase and talk about things that are important to their history and their culture. Have you heard any famous tales? Have you seen anything featured on this porcelain?
You know, I haven't seen any famous tales as much as the artist that you're about to interview did tell us a story, but I think you should probably ask him during his part.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to stay tuned for that part.
He was talking about yin and yang and the philosophy, and what's really cool is you can see the front of all of these shops everywhere, and they're selling things, but these are not the workshops. And when we went into his studio, we saw the front, which was clearly like the artists, you know, for people to come in and take pictures or buy things. But he also brought us back to the backside where they make things, which was even larger than where the showcase area was. So each of these shops behind them must have like a workshop of some kind where they're manufacturing a lot of the art that we see here today.
Yeah, as Jason mentioned, like if you can look over here, this is what some of the normal area looks like when the market's not up. You can see all these shops and other showcases here. So usually it's still a very active place with these studios, with these all different kinds of places where people are making and displaying things.
All of these are made out of porcelain, so you can get a bookmark that's made out of porcelain.
No, I didn't realize this
Pick
was
it up, pick
porcelain.
it up, yeah. Feels very fragile though. I would be very careful with it. 哇，这个好漂亮，这个好漂亮，哇。
30. So if you want to buy one of these bookmarks, this costs 30 yuan, which is about how much? $6 US?
Yeah,
5,
it's
6
very-
US dollars?
It's very affordable. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on whatever else I get my wife. I am gonna get one of these.
Ooh, we have a winner.
yes,
Jason is
absolutely.
sold on this.
Yes, absolutely. This is something that I should bring home. I probably choose a couple of them because they could be like bonuses in her kit.
Oh, that's good. Or you can like slowly give them throughout the year, or buy some gifts to your friends, your
Yeah.
family,
Sure,
the
absolutely.
in-laws.
I mean, when you give someone a piece of porcelain, if you say you got it from the home of porcelain in the entire world,
right.
that's got cred.
That's right. People are gonna be like, "Whoa, you went all the way there to get me this piece of porcelain?"
And then they're going to tell their friends about it. It's going to be a showpiece for them in their own home.
I love it. Jason's got it all figured out. You're gonna come back with so many bags of gifts.
Well, whatever I can fit in 2 pieces of luggage.
Okay, we've got a limit. We've got to be smart shoppers here.
I also have to figure out how to make sure I pack them appropriately so they don't get cracked or damaged.
That's the thing, right? Because porcelain is.
Wow. Oh, these are
we
for
have the
packaging.
We've got the sachets. So give it
Buy
a
something in
smell.
another shop,
Oh.
You come here to pack it.
Okay. You know, in China they also have the sachets that have like the fragrances inside.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. These are the packages for it.
So buy a really nice cup, and then you come here, and then you get the second part of that cup.
Ooh.
It's a little travel kit.
It's a whole gift set idea though, and then they can keep the bag for something else.
This looks like something my mother would buy. This has got my mom written all over it. This is like American mom.
Do you need to get something for your mom as well?
Oh, now that you said that, there's no way I can get out of it. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Get one of these.
Mom, you got to let me know. Which one do you want?
Yeah, let us know in the comments as well. Have you guys seen any interesting pieces of porcelain that have surprised you or amazed you?
You know, I actually really like this table. I was admiring it earlier. The colors on this table are out of this world. It looks like something from an alien planet. Just look at this piece.
Yeah.
It's
Hello.
incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Maybe, but it's not suited for so much. So like maybe a single rose or something like that. You know?
Yeah. Because I was thinking, how do you? I guess it's not for drinking, because that would be a very difficult thing to drink out of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe if you're drinking baijiu, they had to
that's true.
use very, very small
Little glasses.
flasks. Yeah.
Or have like a little teacup, because sometimes the little teacups are so small. But you're right. I think this guy has put a wheat thing in it. I think flowers is a very
a rose. Or a
some kind of
flower.
flower is a good
Yeah,
idea to put
that's the-
inside.
So if you buy your wife a dozen red roses, you're gonna need a dozen of these.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
if you're
Yeah.
buying them, get a dozen.
That's right. How much do you think that these cost?
I don't know. Let's ask. 这个是多少钱？15块.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's very affordable. 15块是吗？
真的吗？15块. He's saying like 15 RMB. Yeah, that's like $2. So actually, a
Going
lot
in
of
the
this
kit.
stuff.
Going
Yes,
in the kit.
Going in the kit.
Summer, you're gonna see one of these.
But when you give it to her, it'd be like, it cost me hundreds.
Well, I think after she watches this program, then she won't trust me anymore. So.
Good
This,
point. Good
a lot
point.
of people were admiring this earlier because it looks like
Yes.
bamboo, and they
Yes.
have a variety of different like things you can drink out of, drink tea from.
Yeah, I
And
was admiring
this
this
is for
too.
this is for a filter so that when you pour the tea out, you don't get the leaves stuck in the smaller cups.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. And you could get that whole set. Do you have a tea set of your own?
Not yet.
Not
Which
yet.
is why I've been put on this mission. What about you? Do you have a tea set?
I don't have a tea set either.
So what about buying one for yourself?
Maybe I should. You know, actually, I've lived in China long enough. It's kind of a shame that I don't have my own tea set. Maybe now's my chance to get one
Go
as
back to
well.
Texas and one of your friends says, "Hey, could you show me the tea sets you got?" You were in the home of porcelain of China, and you're
why
like,
didn't you get one?
you gotta have. Oh yes, of course, here it is.
That's right. Let me whip it out. Ooh, this one is my favorite. We were mentioning our favorite booths. This one is one of my favorite. It's so active now. You can see there's way more people who have come and filled up the street than when we first started. I love this booth. I love jewelry. I love earrings especially. So this booth really captured my attention. I'm a big fan, especially of these dangling ones. Hi, 你好，你好 Hello. 你什么时候开始做这个？
什么时候开始做的？
对。
因为我老公他是本地人，他做了20年。
Oh, her husband makes them. Whoa, so it's like a husband-wife duo who make this together, like family activity. I think I'm gonna have to come back to buy some of these because they are so beautiful. 你好，这个多少钱？
这个180。
180. Okay, so these are a little bit pricier than the ones we've seen before. Like this one costs 180 RMB, but they are hand painted and have silver on them. So you can see these are kind of like special one-of-a-kind crafts that you can buy. And I've said goodbye to Jason because after this, I'm going to be meeting this artist that I was telling you guys about. I hope Jason is going to have fun buying something for his wife now. Maybe he's on the hunt. But we're going to continue walking to see what other booths we can find before we meet my special artist friend who has a studio here in this area. If you're just joining us now, thank you for joining our live. This is Taoxichuan, which is a really special ceramic art avenue and art area here in Jingdezhen city. It's a very lively weekend market going on. I'm sure you can see all around behind me. It's really filled up with people who are here to go shopping and admire all of the porcelain art here. But like we mentioned before, it's not just for art and looking and buying, but there's also lots of shopping you can do, eating, having coffee, having tea. There are a lot of different activities. This is a very lively central hub for doing things here in Jingdezhen city. So I highly recommend you come here if you're planning a trip here because it not only has the rural environment where you can visit some natural villages, visit some tea gardens, and also explore the countryside, but you can also enjoy a little bit of urban city life right here in the middle of it at this Art Avenue area. As you can see, there's still so many different designs and so many different creations here along this Art Avenue. And let me say hello to some of you guys. Hi Moses and hi Commanda. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what has been some of your favorite art pieces that you've seen in our live stream so far. I think we've seen a huge variety. If you've missed any of them, make sure you go back to the beginning and watch some of them because there have been such a variety of cool and interesting art pieces that we've been able to see here today. We've got another variety right here. Oh, I love how this one features some really cute little animals. You can see there's like some rabbits. Wow, and the strawberries. It's so cute. These are really nice coffee or tea mugs that you could buy. Wow, thank you, MD. I'm so sorry if I've mispronounced your name. He says, wow, amazing. Wow, love this products. Thank you for watching, and I'm sure the artist loves to hear that you are enjoying their product. There are so many nice pieces here, and many of these people have been working for years developing their crafts and learning how to create this porcelain. Like I mentioned before, there can be up to 72 steps or more for creating some of these crafts. Hello! Hi, 你会英文吗? A little. Nice to meet you. 你是大学生吗? 你是大学生吗? Wow, nice. Very cool. These are some university students who are here in Jingdezhen. 你是不好意思，你是哪个大学？ Ah, Jingdezhen University. So they're local here. 你经常来吗？经常来这？ So I asked, do they come here very frequently? And she said yes, and she said no. 你喜欢这个地方吗？ You like it?
I like.
Me too, me too. Do you like to drink coffee? 喜欢喝咖啡？
Milk tea.
Milk tea. Oh, I really like coffee. Coffee is my favorite.
Give me.
Okay, you can have a try. Yes, very funny. You are so nice. Nice to meet you. Some very humorous and lively university students. I like how she said, "Can I have your coffee?" But this is my coffee. Jason brought this to me. So, like we've mentioned and said, it's amazing. Like Jingdezhen is the home and the birthplace of this distinct porcelain style, and this white with the blue patterns and designs is one of the most famous porcelain designs and most recognizable. I feel like myself and many other foreigners might recognize this and define it as, oh, that's what I think of when I see porcelain or china, and that comes right here from Jingdezhen. I've loved how they've adapted this and used these porcelain designs on many things, like this coffee cup, which is just a takeaway coffee cup, but you've seen it all around the city as well. You've seen it on different shapes, tables, chairs, bowls, cups. This porcelain design is everywhere here, and it's quite amazing to see how they've done that. We've got a few more interesting things along these markets. Hello! Hello, wow! 很漂亮. Wow. So many cool things. We're coming almost to the end of our market searching. And we're about to go meet our artist friend. We're going to be leaving this market area like I mentioned, and let's see if we can look around this other part and find our friend Toto. Let's take one last look though. We found another really great table over here who's got some really cute characters. We can see some dragons, some little mouse. Oh, it's like the different zodiac animals. Actually, my zodiac animal is the rooster. So this one is my year. If anybody else is a rooster, shout out to you. But you can see all the other zodiacs here. Hello. 这个是我的鸡，对不对？对. So I'm a rooster. Let me know in the comments. We've also got the wow, all kinds of other animals too that aren't zodiac. Like this is a really beautiful fish. We've got an elephant, got cute little dog and cat, and a tiger. As some of you might know, this year is actually the year of the rabbit. So if this is your year, you are a rabbit year. Oh, look at that tiger. Wow. So many interesting, intricate designs on these. Wow. Okay, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this market experience. We're going to take a look over here. You can see behind me, there's kind of this big urban area. This used to be a porcelain factory when it was first created, and you can see how they've modernized it and adapted it a little bit to make it a bit more urban and a good setting for this art culture here in Jingdezhen. We're gonna come find our artist friend, you guys, so stay with me. I can see him now actually. He's having a nice cup of coffee. That's what many people love to do here. You can enjoy a glass of coffee or tea while you're hanging out and enjoying the atmosphere. It's such a perfect evening for it too, you guys. Like the weather's really cool. I see a cat too. There's actually many people who have brought their animals here, like dogs, cats. It's a really nice atmosphere for hanging out, family, friends. 哦，我喜欢你猫，好可爱。They're so cute. I think they're a little shy, but 谢谢. But let's go say hello now to our friend Toto, who is an artist from Sweden who is living here in Jingdezhen. Hello. Hi, ni hao. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us today. So you have been an artist who has came to China in 2007 and has been living in Jingdezhen since 2011?
Yes.
Wow. Can you tell me why Jingdezhen?
Do you know why the name porcelain? Do you know? It's China. China is the name of this place from the beginning. It was Changnan, and Changnan became China Western Mouth. And that's because this is the birth of the porcelain, and this is the very place. So I should be at the very place.
Well said. That's right. You're an artist who works in many mediums, but actually porcelain is one of yours. So it makes sense that you would want to come to the birthplace of porcelain.
I was born in Gothenburg, Sweden, and Sweden had trade with China in the 18th century. And when I was a child, my father was a policeman in Gothenburg, and he repaired Chinese porcelain as a hobby. So I grew up with the Chinese porcelain, and it's natural for me to be here because of that.
Wow. So you've had an influence from Chinese porcelain on your life from a very young age.
Oh yes. And I was preparing a show in a museum in Gothenburg, and I saw in Beijing at Xijiba, it could be a vacuum cleaner or something casted in porcelain.
Wow.
So I thought I must do something similar. So I went to Jingdezhen without knowing where the place. I couldn't say. I said like Jingdezhen or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I arrived, I figured out that a vacuum cleaner, that is exactly what a Western person makes. So I got in touch with the masters and with the knowledge here. I didn't know anything about porcelain when I arrived.
You didn't know.
It was like an open source.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And
so
you've learned.
so I just learned by doing it.
That's amazing. And this is actually one of your pieces here. Can you tell us about the process of how you have made porcelain and how did it become, where did it come from? You've had clay that you started from, right?
I happens to bring some clay if I happens to meet you.
Wow.
Yeah. So I work with different kind of clay because I'm not taught in ceramic. I didn't know anything about ceramic when I started. So I have no direct plan of how to make it. And so I can do whatever I want. So I mix different kind of clay that maybe a well-taught ceramic craft
Wow.
person.
Can I
is
feel it? So
Yeah.
this is what the clay is
So
like.
this is named shishabu,
Shishabu.
and that is something you make saggers of.
Oh.
And this is super white. This is the perfect white porcelain, and I mix them, and they shrink different. And when I put my piece in the kiln, things happens. But because I have no plan, I use the kiln as a palette. So I put it back and back and back till I'm done, till it appears as a new piece.
So it's like a process, right? That
Yes.
you're shaping, then you put it in the
Yes.
kiln and heat it. Then you might shape or add more, and
Yes.
then back in the kiln.
Yes.
How many steps usually does it take?
It could be at the first step, and it could be after the ninth step.
Okay.
So it is like playing jazz music. It is like timing. You know when it's finished, but you don't know it when you start.
Oh, so you play it by ear. It's really
Yeah,
a
yeah,
feeling
yeah,
of
yeah.
when it feels
Yeah.
right and it feels done to you.
With all respect of the tradition and with the skill, I do what I want.
That's great, though. I think it's nice that you can input your own creativity, your own style into it to see how you want to finish your piece.
Yeah, because this place with all like open spaces makes it possible for me to grab the knowledge. I ask the kiln master is my teacher, and the carry master is my teacher. Everyone is my teacher. It is a little by you. Of course, I need to learn the language a little. I try my best, but I eat the food.
Yeah.
And to the food is the key to the masters.
Wow. I think that's lovely, and it's amazing how you've created this piece of art, and you've done it through the process of, and you've been an artist for many years as well, right?
Yeah, my entire life, yes.
Entire life.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm a full-time like independent artist. My income is my art.
That's amazing. And you've got a studio here. We're gonna actually walk and talk a little bit, if that's okay.
Yes,
Can we take your
yeah.
piece with
Yeah,
us?
yes.
Okay. Perfect. So we've got his piece. We're gonna see a little bit more of the art area to show you guys while we continue talking with Toto. If you're watching in the comments, let us know if you have any questions for Toto. What do you want to know about this art? Spent his whole life creating art and has lived in China since 2007. About this specific piece here, can you tell us how long did it take for this piece? Like, did it take weeks, days? What's the timeline look like for this piece of porcelain that you made?
It's hard to answer because it's a lifetime. It is to I do my work just like Rolling Stones. It is that you start playing and you continue playing your songs, and this song, this kind of figure, I have been working with since about 2014.
2014.
Yes, I mean I have made it over and over again, but they always turn up like a new song.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's the way it is.
It's a constant refining process
Yeah,
and
yeah,
going
yeah, yeah,
in.
yeah. So to answer in another way, it maybe takes 5 weeks or something in direct creating.
Okay. And what do you think about Jingdezhen? You have a studio here for 2 months. What do you see for the future of the art scene here in Jingdezhen, and how has it kind of been modernized in recent years?
First, it has changed very, very rapidly, but it's still, I mean, this mix of a very, very long tradition and very, very deep skill, and that artists like me coming here and touch the long tradition is like how can I say, the spine in the creation, but also that artists like me come and have influence in a small way makes change in the tradition in the long term.
I think you're right. I feel like every person who comes and goes and out of an area is going to have an influence or an impact, as I'm sure Jingdezhen has influenced you. You've influenced Jingdezhen and had a mark.
And it's interesting that what my father repaired was brought from Jingdezhen, and now I'm here and make a little input in the process in Jingdezhen.
Yeah.
That is give and take. That is the exchange around the world.
Yeah, I think that's really beautiful. It's just like how we all influence and impact each other. Some of our viewers want to say hello to you. Edge says, hi, thank you, and welcome to China. And Corlin says, nice, I like your piece. Many people are saying they really enjoy your artwork. Do you have any kind of last thoughts about art and making porcelain here in Jingdezhen that you would like to leave with our watchers today?
Yeah, I hope it will continue to be aware of the small things out in the market and at the same time to use like a bulldozer and tweezer. That I think is
Ooh, a bulldozer and a tweezer. So that's like big and small scale.
Yeah.
I like that analogy. That's wonderful. Thank you guys. This is Toto. He's a Swedish artist. You can check him out in Jingdezhen if you ever come here. And we want to say thank you again for watching our live stream with CGTN's Field of Hopes here in Jiangxi. We have more amazing live streams, more content that's going to be coming to you guys. So stay tuned and make sure you're following all of our pages for more updates and more looking into the life of the rural life in Jingdezhen and all around Jiangxi province. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.